Salman was a formidable warrior, as massive as a hill and as strong as a giant. He was also a feared tyrant. Though he lived in a remote corner of the world, his reputation for terror spread across the entire earth. He rode a horse as swift as lightning and possessed arms as strong as iron. Salman would attack peaceful settlements and demand tribute from them. No one dared refuse, lest he slaughter and destroy their people. In another part of the world lived another powerful bandit named Chal, who had a son called Rostom. Rostom was enormous, as big as a mountain, and renowned for his incredible strength and bravery. Chal's land was the only one that didn't pay tribute to Salman. One day, Chal decided to investigate Salman's reputation. He mounted his horse and said, "I'm going to see what kind of man this Salman really is." After a long journey, Chal encountered a huge man on a lightning-fast horse. The rider's spear was as thick as a man's waist. Chal didn't realize this was Salman himself, but he readied his spear for battle anyway. To his surprise, the horseman simply rode past him without even a glance. Offended, Chal threw his spear at the retreating horseman. Salman turned back, easily captured Chal, and tied him under his horse's belly. They galloped until they reached a tent near a gurgling spring. Salman dismounted, nailed Chal's ear to the tent's beam, and lay down to sleep. Chal was furious, grinding his teeth and muttering to himself, "He didn't even speak to me or tell me his name. I wish I knew who he was." Salman soon woke up and asked, "Hey you, who are you?" Chal, terrified, replied, "I'm from Chal's country." He was too afraid to reveal his true identity. "Ah," Salman exclaimed, releasing Chal's ear, "why didn't you say so earlier? Go and tell Rostom, Chal's son, to come here so we can test our strength against each other. There can't be two men of equal strength. The world must know who the stronger champion is. I am Salman." Chal returned home, sighing deeply. Hearing this, Rostom asked, "What's wrong, father? You're Chal, and I'm Rostom, your son. Why are you sighing? Tell me what's troubling you." Chal recounted his encounter with Salman and the challenge issued to Rostom. In response, Rostom and his cousin Vijan disguised themselves as pilgrims for the journey. Before leaving, Rostom kissed his white-hoofed horse on both eyes and told his father, "If I'm in trouble, my horse will sense it and stamp the ground. When that happens, tie my arms to his back and set him free. He'll find me." Vijan, who accompanied Rostom, was no ordinary mortal. He possessed an incredibly powerful voice that could be heard from the east to the west when he shouted. After a long journey, Rostom and Vijan arrived at a city and set up camp in a nearby meadow. While Rostom slept, Vijan heard a commotion in the city and went to investigate. He found people running in panic, tearing their hair and beating their chests. "What's going on?" Vijan asked. The people replied, "Salman has come to collect 7 years' worth of overdue tribute." The city quickly gathered the required amount, but a new problem arose. Who would deliver it? Whoever took the tribute to Salman would surely be killed. "I'll take it," Vijan volunteered. Soon after, Rostom heard Vijan's piercing cry in his sleep. "Help, Rostom! Salman is taking me away." Rostom woke up and learned what had happened from the townspeople. Suddenly, his white-hoofed horse appeared before him. Rostom immediately mounted and galloped off to Salman's tent. There he found Salman had nailed Vijan's ear to the tent beam. Salman came out to face Rostom, and an epic duel began, the most terrifying ever recorded in history. Their bows, arrows, spears, and swords were all shattered in the fight. Finally, they grappled with each other, becoming entangled in one another's hair. To this day, they haven't defeated each other and continue to struggle. Occasionally, they pull and shake each other so violently that the earth quakes. That's what people now call earthquakes. And Vijan's voice can still be heard faintly in the distance.